Could Kim Kum Yong become the next women's world champion? Well, I've been doing a lot of thinking about North Korean table tennis ever since the Paris Games, ever since we saw Kim Kum Yong and her partner Ri Jong-sik go on that surprising and incredibly impressive run to the mixed doubles final. Along the way, they'd already defeated Japan, the defending champions, Sweden, Hong Kong, before pushing China all the way in that final. We also saw Pyeongseon, PSG as I'm going to call her, get to the quarterfinals, where she was narrowly defeated by the eventual bronze medalist Hina Hayata. What made this all so surprising was that PSG was ranked around 160 in the world going into the Paris Games, and Kim Kum Yong and Ri Jong-sik didn't even have international individual rankings at all going into the games, and they were the 16th seed out of 16 entrants in the mixed doubles. It would be fair to say that not many people had North Korea on their radar going into the Paris Games. Over the last few years, due to the COVID pandemic, international sanctions, and North Korea's slightly strange political situation, North Korean players have been a real rarity on the international table tennis scene. They were entirely absent from the Tokyo Games, for example, but their success in Paris raises a lot of questions about North Korean table tennis. What's it like to be a North Korean table tennis player? What did they make of the Paris Games? What sort of pressures are they under? But perhaps more importantly, from a table tennis perspective, how good are these North Korean players? What have we been missing out on over the last few years? And what could the North Korean players achieve in the coming years? If the 2024 Asian Table Tennis Championships were anything to go by, then the Paris Olympics were no fluke for the North Korean players. Once again, Kim Kum Yong and Ri Jong-sik were silver medalists in the mixed doubles, and it was a relief to see them there, looking happy and healthy and playing well, because there was some troubling reports after the Paris Olympics that they'd faced some kind of punishment for the now infamous podium selfie taken with the South Korean players. Now, for those of you who don't remember, there was a sort of tradition in the Paris Olympics for medal winners to take a selfie together on the podium, and that was no different for the mixed doubles in the table tennis. The bronze medalists, South Korea, took a selfie with the Chinese gold medalists and the smiling Kim Kum Yong and Ri Jong-sik. Now, this was initially interpreted by many as another example of ping-pong diplomacy, table tennis uniting the two Koreas, divided by politics but united by sports. But apparently back in North Korea, this was interpreted very differently. And we have to remember that with sport, the North Korean regime is always looking to see how it can use sports as a vehicle for its own politics and to use as propaganda. And currently, relations between North Korea and South Korea are at a particular low. Obviously, they've never been great, but in the past we can remember examples like 1991, when the two Koreas united and actually won a gold medal together in the women's team event at the 1991 World Championships. North Korea also claimed the bronze medal in the mixed doubles, PSG and her partner Ham Yu-song doing the business there. But the cherry on the top for North Korea at the Asian Championships has to be Kim Kum Yong's gold medal in the women's singles. She's now Asian champion. She went into the tournament without an individual world ranking at all and defeated Miwa Harimoto in the final. In doing so, surely she has to be now considered to be a contender for next year's World Championships. I'm going to put my cojones on the line and say she will be our next world champion. Yes, Sung Yin-sha and Chun Mung were absent from the women's singles in Astana, but Kim Kum Yong did defeat Wang Yidi in the round of 16. And prior to the singles tournament, North Korea came up against China in the team event, and Kim Kum Yong did actually defeat Sung Yin-sha. Yes, Sung Yin-sha was slightly injured and is looking quite exhausted by the long season she's had, but Sung Yin-sha did not look comfortable at all against Kim Kum Yong's unorthodox long pimples blocking style that she has. It's not the first time that Sung Yin-sha has struggled against long pimples. This happened last year at the World Team Table Tennis Championships in Busan, where Sung Yin-sha lost to Ayika Mukherjee from India. So maybe this long pimples, close to the table blocking style is Sung Ying-sha's kryptonite. It was only a year ago that Sung Ying-sha basically looked invincible, but what 2024 did show us that she is still a human being. She is defeatable. Obviously, we don't know what Chung Mung's situation is necessarily. She seems to be taking a short break from table tennis. But yeah, I'm going to put my credibility on the line and say that Kim Kum Yong is the next women's world champion. Feel free to say what you want about that. Next year, Doha, we'll find out, and I'll probably have egg on my face. I'll probably regret being quite so bold, but then again, where's the fun in being half-hearted and nuanced in your predictions? Anyways, if Kim Kum Yong does become the next women's world champion, she won't be the first North Korean to do this. In 1975 and 1977, Pak Hyung-sung became the women's world champion. Also, North Korea's got a great chance of being the mixed doubles champions in Doha. And again, it wouldn't be the first time they've done this. In 2013, Kim Hyok-bong and Kim Jong became the mixed doubles world champions. Came across this fantastic footage of their return to Pyongyang. Obviously, this is used for propaganda purposes. It's not always clear how much the Korean public get to see of their table tennis stars. It's not even clear if they got to watch the Paris Olympics at all as well. But North Korea does seem to be back in the table tennis world as a force to be reckoned with. And there was recently the news that they will be hosting the 2028 Asian Table Tennis Championships as well, which could be very interesting. They have hosted a World Championships before as well, back in 1979. Now, for those who did go there, they said it was quite an interesting tournament. Lots of accusations about dodgy umpiring, unfair treatment of foreign players. Of course, South Korean players were banned from going, despite North Korea's reassurances that they would allow them. So it'll be interesting to see what the 2028 Asian Championships will be like. Will they let the South Korean players go? It is important to remember the kind of pressures that the North Korean athletes may be playing under. Their every action, their every move is scrutinized and judged by the North Korean regime. They're concerned that their athletes may become corrupted by the outside world, or even worse, maybe defect to another nation, causing them great embarrassment. Their athletes are propaganda tools, unfortunately. Athletes in the past from North Korea have disappeared, so it is important to enjoy the likes of Kim Kum Yong and PSG whilst they're doing their thing on the international scene. I did go down a bit of a North Korean table tennis rabbit hole when researching this video. Lots of videos from people who've been to North Korea, showing halls full of North Korean kids playing table tennis. It seems like the regime likes to show them off. Lots of good players, it seems like, so the future's pretty bright for their table tennis players. Did also come across a very interesting vlog. Obviously, this is not a vlog for the North Korean people. They don't have YouTube. This is clearly for the outside world to make North Korea look like a normal country. But it did show the Pyongyang Open. Lots of amateur table tennis players playing in this tournament. So it's interesting to see that North Korea does have an amateur table tennis scene. Anyways, thank you for watching this video. I think about North Korean table tennis way too much. I hope you find it interesting as well. There we go. Yeah, thank you for watching.